In 2008, something unprecedented happened. In fact, you'd have to go back to the 1930s and the Great Depression before you saw this level of economic turmoil. The difference was that it was precipitated by incredible use of credit default swaps and other derivatives. Now, those are complex financial instruments. The average person has no idea how they operate, and yet they determine your economic future. One of the reasons I wrote the book Secret Weapon was to explain those complex derivatives and how they're impacting you as individuals and they're impacting our nation. No one in the national security community had any idea how vulnerable our economic system really was. When I wrote the hypothesis, I outlined 3 potential phases of economic conflict. The first phase was the oil price ramp up. When we saw oil prices go from $50 a barrel in January 2007 to almost $150 a barrel in June 2008, we knew something strange was happening in the economy. It wasn't just something strange, it was something that brought our economy to its knees. Gas prices skyrocketed, people weren't able to pay their mortgages. It was the first strike in a 3-phase attack on our economy. The second phase happened with the collapse of the stock market. And this took place because strategically important, systemic companies like Lehman Brothers, Bear Stearns, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, all which were vulnerable, clearly, yet they were under attack using naked short selling and derivatives. And when they did this, all of a sudden Lehman Brothers 1 week is solvent and operational, and 2 weeks later they're out of business and bankrupt, sold off to the creditors at the lowest possible price. That destroyed the credit-making capability of our economy. It's like cutting off the oxygen from a runner. It doesn't matter how healthy or unhealthy you are. If you have your oxygen restricted, you don't survive. And that was what was taking place with the second phase. The third phase is an attack on sovereign credits, which is a fancy way to say that the debt of Greece, Ireland, Italy, Spain, and even the United States is all being downgraded, and the markets are questioning whether these institutions, these nations, are even viable to pay back their debts. And what happens next? The next attack will be a direct attack on the United States dollar. If the dollar loses its reserve currency status, all Americans will lose. We'll be paying more for imports, and we will lose our ability to fund our military and our defenses. The cost of covering our $15 trillion of national debt will skyrocket. And what that means, taxes will go up and the economy will go down. In the book, I explain both personal remedies on how you can protect your family and your wealth, as well as national remedies, the kind of things that we should be doing to protect against a Phase 3 attack. There's a secret weapon that's been launched against us, and we need to prepare for it.